What is an echidna? Nobody has heard of an echidna since they made Knuckles, and nobody has heard of an echidna since. Sega really seems to think that we're going to believe that there's an animal out there that can glide, climb, dig, and listen to rap music. And I do believe it. I do believe it. So yeah, Sega invented the echidna in order to get people to buy more Sonic stuff. And maybe that had some drawbacks, but overall, I think it was a good move. Because this game... Woohoo! Fellas, this game. It's a pretty good game. Sonic 3 is like the Sonic 2s of Sonic 1s. Everything I said about Sonic 2, how it's a more thought out, complete experience than its predecessor, can also be said about Sonic 3. And Knuckles. This game is all about polish. The music is different in Act 1 and Act 2, the environment changes up too, which adds that much needed variance. Eiichiro Oda is brought on board for the story writing this time around because the levels will foreshadow the boss. And when you beat a zone, there's a little cutscene that shows how the player ends up in one zone to the next. It's little upgrades like these that make Sonic 3 and Knuckles feel like a continuous adventure, rather than just a random collection of levels. Speaking of levels, you can say that the levels have leveled up. Because the levels include unique mechanics that keep things fresh, like the ghosts in Sandopolis Zone that give you anxiety. Or these things. There's also new shields that make for some more enjoyable platforming, which I lose 3 seconds later. And from a design perspective, the levels feel the least linear of the original trilogy. In Sonic 3 and Knuckles, you're going right, you're going left, you're going up, you're going down. That's like every direction. As for the special stages, they're cool. I don't like them as much as Sonic 2's, but they're not bad by any means. I just think they go on a little long and can be difficult to navigate when you have just one orb left. But man, those orbs, man, just look at them. You want to just... The big three make their debut here, and you can play as each one, drastically changing how you go about completing the level. Knuckles can fly, Tails can fly, and Sonic gets a mid-air spin thing, which I had no idea reflected until Sonic Origins kindly spelled it out for me. Thanks, Nintendo! And the emeralds are back too, but this time there's more of them, and they're bigger. These new emeralds have a very unique name, something with a lot of thought behind it. Super Chaos Emeralds. This is the game where a lot of the lore comes out. We learn more about the origin of these Chaos Emeralds, their guardians, the prophecies they unfold, and if there's one thing to know about me, it's that I really give a shit about lore in my video games, and I always go out of my way to learn more about it. But yeah, the gang's all here. You got Sonic, Tails is here, Knuckles, Dr. Robotnik is back at it again, you tricky son of a bitch. That metal thing returns, you get that guy, a giant spaceship that looks like the Death Star called the Death Egg. The Lumberjack is here, and you know me, I love me some Lumberjacks. Giant rings, giant emeralds, the music was made by some guy, and yeah. Sei yo sekai wa mou owari da. Ore tachi o hantai shita yatsura wa mou sugu kami no ikari o jokumen suru zo. Nihon ni eko are. And Knuckles.